Hello, welcome to Tech Function 101. This is Prisha, and in this video, we're going to be looking at Python comments. So I'll be walking you through on different types of comments and how they're useful and how you can use them in your programming to help make your program a bit more descriptive. So let's get started. I'm just going to open up PyCharm, and this is to create a new Python file. And so over here, I'm going to create a simple print statement. And make sure to check out my last video if you haven't already more on print statements and what they are. So I created a little print statement here, and I'm gonna go ahead and run it, and it works perfectly. And now I'm gonna add a comment here. And I'm just gonna use this number sign. So I'm gonna add it in front of here, and I will type this print statement prints hello. And now I'm going to run it again. Now you notice that it only prints hello. And all of this text is not printed on the console. So this number sign is how you can create a comment in Python. And a comment is basically just a line of code or a line of anything, literally anything. I can even put, 1%. So I can literally put numbers, written text, special characters, literally anything. And this will not be printed onto the console. And neither does it create an error. So essentially what comments are usually used for are to provide a little description on your code. And another reason comments are usually used is that, like, say I have a print statement here. If I add a comment in front of it, then as you can see, it turned gray. And now if I run it, it's not gonna print anything. And so this is really useful because if you're writing a ton and tons of code and say you have an error and you're not sure if one of the statements or one of the function is causing the error, then you can simply put a number sign in front of it to comment out the whole line and then try to run it and see if that specific line is generating the error or not. If I were to, I'm gonna remove this and say I didn't put the quotation in front of it. And so right now this creates an error. But if I put a number sign in front of it, comment it out, and then print it, then this does not create any error. So then I know that there was something wrong in this line of code. And I'll go back and find the error and fix it, and then it'll work perfectly. Another type of comment is called a multi-line comment. So this is just three double quotations, and anything I write in here will not be written here. Right? So again, this runs perfectly, and I have, this is a comment here. And so this is commented out, and this is all commented out. So any text that goes in here is also commented out. And so what is the difference between multi-line and a single line comment? In multi-line comment, I can write lines and lines of comments. So I could just write something about the program that I created. So I created this program that prints hello. This multi-line comment can allow coders to write multiple lines of comments. Alright, and I'm gonna run this again, and it just prints hello because you have hello print statement here, and this is all commented out. And so this is also used in, say, if I have tons and tons of lines of code, and there is a specific section, say like from line 10 to 15, right? And I think that the error could be somewhere around there. Then I could just simply put 3 double quotations in front of line 10 and 3 double quotations in the end of line 15. And this will comment out those 5 lines. And then if I run the program, then I should know if the error is between those lines or somewhere else. Right? Another thing to point out is that comments don't have to necessarily start at the beginning. So I could even put a comment here. this is a comment, right? And if I run this, it just prints hello. So this has all been commented out. So comments don't have to necessarily start in the beginning of the line. And they're used for two specific reasons. One is to write a description. So say it's even a good habit for yourself. So say I'm creating a project and I either have to send it to someone else, like one of my coworkers, or I'm just gonna keep it aside for now, but it's a bit complicated to understand. So if I had comments in the thing like from line 10 to line 12, and line 13 has a code to accept responses from user and save them in a variable, right? So I could write things like that in a comment and just add a description. So when I refer back to the program, or if one of my coworkers do, they can easily understand the program and where they have to make edits if they need to. And another thing, as I mentioned, is that if you wanted to comment out lines of code to see where errors were generated from, you could also use it in that. So that is it for this video. Thank you for watching. Hope you found it useful. And if you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out my other videos if you haven't already. And I'll see you next time. Until then, happy coding.